Hey YouTube, Jeremy right here. I think it's Wednesday, December 6, 2023. Thanks for watching. What are we looking at? This is a small, I think it's a 10-gallon tank that has been established for a couple of weeks here. I'm thinking this one is just pool filter sand. Like there's nothing special under this. Nah, I'm wrong about that. There's a little bit of soil under here. It's mostly mulm. This was what was in the tank before I tore it down and then refilled it with pool filter sand. And there's a castor kitty. He's really talky right now. So, like, he knows what's up. He wanted to be on YouTube. So, I don't know if that's like a raccoon or armadillo skull or possum skull that my son found behind our house many years ago. He asked to put it in the tank. I didn't have a reason why not. So we'll be watching that skull slowly decay. There are a few plants in here, not many. There's a large Chinese evergreen. These do fine in a rather stagnant. Okay, so unfiltered. The filter's off, right? Because we don't want to ingest little bitty things. There is a heater that's on, and we're borrowing some lighting right now from, okay, so that's a 4-foot shop tube, or a pair of shop lamp tubes that are over this 40 gal, and it just happens to be right beside this one, so we're kind of borrowing the light from that, but whatever, it's sufficient. That will grow. Actually, check it out. This guy might even be flowering. Is it? No, I think those are just leaves. Those are just new leaves. Just kidding. Just kidding. But these do great in aquariums. Generally, though, I don't have the best of luck with unfiltered systems. However, most of the biology that's in here right now, as far as zooplankton and little life, came from this particular tub. Center screen. Not that one, not that one, not one of those over there. That one. And I don't know what's special about this one, but it's got some interesting life in it. The little worms, I said yesterday, there were, this is sort of a companion video that goes along with one I made yesterday. So let's look up close at what's in this water. This very still, unfiltered water. Kind of funky looking, right? But if I were to filter it, much of this little stuff wouldn't be surviving and thriving. So I may put a sponge filter in here with like an air stone. But yeah, we're just checking out all the little stuff that was seeded in this tank. Like, ooh, look at there, like kind of center screen. There's a little wormy looking thing. What is it? What is it? Like, I don't know. Don't know. Because it's too small for my eyes. We're currently at 7 times zoom. And yeah, I was able to, I can see that with my bare eye, but like, I can't necessarily tell what I'm looking at. So we're going to try and get the focal point back here on the front glass again. And like, yeah, that's a wormy. So this tank now has a lot of zooplankton. And that's awesome because as a tropical fish breeder feeder, I like to keep little stuff like that on hand to be able to feed to my fish. And now we've got a 10-gallon going that essentially is... Okay, so the reason this stuff's living in here just straight up is because there are no fish. If there were fish in here, all that stuff would be dead in like a day. A single betta could go through all of this, I'm going to say in a day or two, there would be nothing else alive in here. The reason I know about that and can put a clock on it like that is because I've tried it before. Like, I had a 20-gallon tall within the last it was this year, 2023. I'm going to say within the last 8 months I tried this. I had an Infusoria tank that then became a Zooplankton tank as I was pouring into larger systems. Sorry for that like focus thing. Yeah, we're still not looking at the kind of stuff I want to be looking at, but whatever. Somewhere in between those focal levels is where I wanted to be. Anyway, I put a single beta in a 20-gallon that had stuff in it that looked like this, and a couple of days later I couldn't find any of this stuff. And I was like, wow, that little dude was highly, highly motivated and effective at myrtleizing stuff. So, if you want to see this type of stuff in an aquatic system, in an aquarium, don't put fish in it, is kind of what I'm getting at. But if you're okay with just watching it for a little while and helping an aquarium get established prior to adding fish, fine, no big deal. This stuff will not hurt your fish. It'll make your fish very healthy and happy. And if you heavily plant the tank prior to putting fish in here, I mean, it'll slow it down a little bit, but they're still going to myrtleize every little thing in there. So, that's kind of my spiel talk on zooplankton. And what does that word mean? Zoo, animal, plankton, little stuff that floats around and drifts. So this is the stuff that one would think is like, I call these micro-invertebrates. And they're barely large enough for the human eye to see, for the camera to pick up, but a lot of them are physically too small to identify without the aid of a microscope. So in here we probably have seed shrimp, I just don't know what that larger white speck is. I don't know. But a lot of them, the way you identify these things is by how they move, because they're too small to actually see. So you watch how they move. Are they like, and you know, what type of little biobot are they? You find out by watching how they move, because they're too small to determine otherwise, without putting under a scope. And actually, I do have a scope here, and I think maybe one of the next cool videos that would be to make is putting some of this stuff under said microscope and getting a look-see at the stuff that there is to see. If you think that would be cool, let me know. Give me a like, subscribe, whatever, and comment. The comments are what help me figure out what you guys like and don't like, or want to see and don't want to see. See, like this thing here, that's going to be kind of center screen in a moment when it, like, I don't know that those are all the same kind of little thing. They're kind of the same size and color. So, like that one that's like center screen now, like yeah, I get it. I was looking at one of those on the other side. Now, what about the thing beside it? Is it the same? I don't know. Actually, wonder what we can see by looking over in this tub. I'm thinking we're gonna see a lot of nothing, but let's find out. I think it's just like the wrong direction. Yeah, not happening. Okay. Kind of expected, right? So, like the trick is, you know, take something little clear thing and hold it up to the glass, or hold it up to the light rather, and see what there is to be seed. You might find a seed shrimp. If you're interested in what those are, look them up. Little bivalve guys that are kind of good at surviving. What do we call them? It's not. There's a term related to greenness. So I was trying to say viridian or verdant, which is to say in like Latin for green or live. But vernal pools. That's what I was trying to say. So places that, yeah, come about in the green time of year when it's raining. Vernal pools are the little areas that sometimes dry up, sometimes are wet that you find in nature. This is the sort of life that we find in vernal pools, which was easily synthesized in a summer tub grown in my backyard. So that summer tub, which is, again, that tub had that kind of life in it, just from hanging out outside. I didn't put them there, they showed up. Magic of life. I'm quite confident that spontaneous generation does not occur, but dang, it's easy to see why people thought it did when you do this experiment of just setting a tub outside. So if you'd like to see the companion video to this, I published it yesterday. Just look back a day, you'll find it. Gonna cut this because we're rocking right along, and I've got a meeting to go to very shortly. So catch you later. Hope you have a great evening. Get out there and try some aquatic experiments. You'll enjoy it.